I realised something. If you're watching a show about a game world come reality, and then you start questioning its UI choices and maybe even the game balance, you might be quite the pedantic arsehole. But then again, why would I change the habit of a lifetime? If there's one thing I'd like to say I've even got a modicum of experience in, it would be gaming. Maybe not a very grandstanding achievement, I know, but you all are here for Log Horizon, and a show that has intrigued me so much that I almost can't help myself but watch a lot of it, so hopefully you do too. Shall we get started with episode 3? Oh yes, on the backs of griffins. How far are they gonna go? It looks like the entrance to a dungeon. Maybe I should put my glasses on just to emulate it each and every time. No, they need cleaning first. One thing I am anticipating would be the future, what do they call them, subclasses and classes, and what skills they're going to show off. We've already seen, Astral Bind, Anchor, Howl, and some others. I don't know why, but the naming conventions and whatnot do interest me, and how different publishers and whatnot decide to go, what route they do. Oh, they're not going to slip or anything. Close enough. And I did not do a good job at cleaning. There's a massive smudge. Good. You'd think, though, that in a... Why does that orb have a face? Any particular reason? I'm trying to think what kind of skill would need that kind of interactivity. Okay, I guess if it's going to be a drop item and no one else can have griffins or maybe even air travel, then limiting it to certain hours a day. So it hasn't changed that much. So if it would take the guild 29 days to get there, what are our team going to manage it in? Did the parbs collapse in the game? No. Ah, they're cute. Not quite how I remember my rat men, but still. I wonder if they've got the very deadly hierarchy that Skaven do. She's gonna hurt her neck continuously, craning it around, searching. So would the plague debuff be a constant damage over time, as well as maybe even a slow? What? He's already become disillusioned with food. What is... What? Then why not go for something with a consistency that you can get down immediately, quickly? Imagine just having something like tofu would be relatively easy. Maybe not nutritious, but still. So others can actually hear when people are calling you. I can see that giving away positions or something. To think that the assassin's biggest enemy so far is the number one fan, the adoring fan. Okay. Do you have any information on this mysterious helper? Maid? What useful skills would that have conferred in the game? Maybe Maid is the most overpowered of them all when this max level. I suppose when the world becomes reality, having knowledge and skills like this would be useful. Talking out loud, are we? I get that he's a cat, but the extra emphasis on nyas that they always do. So it seems you can get away with a certain amount if it's not attributed as attacking. Then the Guardians don't come forth. And considering that people had a hard time... Was that some oolong tea? Had a hard time walking if their body was the wrong height. How would having a tail and whatnot affect your balance? sometimes it might be better to have things, close to your heart, and don't always tell everyone your plans or your abilities. Would they be able to just wait the day out and griffin it across? Again. Past tragedies that's been alluded to. Well, he's a tall boy. Okay, I think I get... Yep. Were they not called? Whatever could the reason be? I think that the architecture of this world really needs to have someone look at it. Too late. That... I don't care who you are, a fall from that height into water is going to hurt. If he managed to reach terminal velocity. And then you've got to start the journey all over again. When others kill you, or when you kill stuff in this world, you drop loot. Does that just manifest out of nowhere, or does it drop from your own pockets? I wondered why it was just some floating armor, but no, it's because it's just people from the game. Seems like he helped quite a few. He's got quite a lot of health for a level 41. Well, maybe turn them down once in a while. You know, if he actually asked them for stuff as well. I wonder who that was. Actually kind of interacting like real people there. Only with less expletives. I think we see where the distrust story was is headed. Wasn't he holding her? And he was wearing heavy armor as well. Managed to pull them both out. Impressive. But for the dexterous assassin to not notice the path give way underneath her. That's another thing. Your own personal stamina, how does that work in conjunction with this? It's quite good that it isn't connected to your own body's fitness. Yep. I've done some CAD work. Yeah, I think all those plans have got to be put on hold. Basically. That's some interesting information. Do you want to... Yeah, there we go. Hopefully he'll find some good minerals or ore with his face implanted in the rocks. Try to divert the conversation. Any particular reason them two specifically? And if so, why not? If he did know them, why not speak out earlier? Is this normal mobs or boss zone? At first I thought it was a snake or a worm, but maybe it was just its tail. Right, master. Well, at least it's not a great horned one. That's quite an impressive mane, though, for a rat. What skills is this monstrosity going to show off? Because so far it hasn't done anything other than just sit there and take it. It's not going to release a plague or something. Did he hit his ally there, or was it just because he was still in its grasp and being thrown around? Well, it was only a level 68. Looks like they broke through. I think seeing a site in person rather than through a monitor would be much more breathtaking. Well, yes, I guess, but someone might have preceded you here. You don't know that for sure. Do you have a screenshot ability on that UI of yours? Yep. If you can't be useful to this. But you don't have to be an asshole. So they aren't. They're not all too aware of the changes between the game and whatever this is. And also, what would the ethics be of NPCs and hurting them? At least in Skyrim, I save the game before and then reload the save. You never know if they're going to be useful at some point. Can't stay dead. If you ever find yourself as an NPC and you see the main character stood still for a while and then the save icon appear, you may want to be on your toes. And what are the rules for PKing in this world? Is it just outside of safe zones, like cities and towns and whatnot? Because I don't see it managing to keep the massive player base that it had if you can just nonchalantly go around offing other players whenever you want. I can see a lot of people being disheartened with the game and quitting. Another level 90. Good. We're growing our little party, aren't we? And despite defeating that rat Muso, despite beating the Hellpit Abomination, I didn't really see it dropping any goodies. No boss loot, no coins, at least not the way we were shown. Maybe something of that level just doesn't give anything that would be worthwhile to free level 90s. One question I have is how many more special goodies does our main man and crew have that they got beforehand from maybe some pre-expansion raids again, or just a hell of a lot of grinding? I guess time will tell on that one, but I think first off we need to meet our kitty guy. Hopefully you're looking forward to that, so if you've enjoyed, please let me know, especially by liking the video or commenting down below. And if you don't want to miss future uploads of Log Horizon or otherwise, subscribe to the channel, as well as turning on notifications. It's going to be a fun journey. You might want to get yourself some rest. Make sure I see you in the next one though. If any of you find out that I've been missing for any length of time, well, just wait longer. But if that doesn't work, how many of you would set out on an expedition to recover me? And if any of you said yes, well, you're lying, aren't you? I wouldn't even expect it from my patrons. And look at them all here. And yes, even Florida Taku, Sal, Raywin, Aegis TR, Denomit 1997, Lewis Almanza, Aisha M, Danny Tree, Daniel Jorgensen, ASD, Shiwan, and everyone else. Thank you.